Hey, what's up? It's your boy Serrano. Welcome back to another video. So today I wanted to talk about the TCL 60 XE NXTPAPER 5G. So I've been using this phone for about, it feels like a little bit under a month. After use, I wanted to talk about some of the reasons why I think this device is just a powerhouse and overall one of the best phones that I've been using in the past couple of weeks. And so yeah, I definitely really have been enjoying this phone. I've used a couple of different TCL phones in the past. Most recently this one right here, which I haven't took out in a little bit of time, but I thought this one was really good. The 40, I think it's called the XL, which was just a really solid phone from TCL. It offered a lot of features. It had a really good camera too, and it's still a good phone technically. Speaking, it's definitely, TCL has always made some really solid phones in the past. The other phone that I really liked from TCL too was this one right here, which is the TCL Stylus, which was only released on like certain carriers. So it was hard to get it if you didn't have a certain carrier. But yeah, this device right here was one of my all-time favorite devices when it comes to a smartphone too. But yeah, one of the things, I'll bring these back out in a second, because what TCL is known for is just really good design phones. And yeah, this one actually won the 2024 Design Award. So that's kind of crazy. I definitely think that this phone is up there when it comes to value for the money. But make sure you guys stay locked in with me to the end of the video. And if you're brand new to the channel, I truly appreciate you for coming through if you're new. But if you're already a part of the crew, salute. Now, if you haven't watched my other videos on this device, you should definitely check them out, because this device is packed with a lot of features when it just comes to a smartphone. But one of the main features that stands out for me is the actual display and design of this device. So this device features a button on the side right here, which you basically toggle. It's like a toggle switch that goes up and down in nature. And so basically all you have to do is toggle this switch up, and it changes the display from a color display to a ink, basically a paper like display. So it's, let me unlock the phone, and right now I have it set to very minimal brightness, because there's like a dark light mode that I'll show you in just a second. But let me turn up the brightness a little bit just so you could see the beautiful paper-like display. So this has a matte display, and one of the things I noticed about using it is that it doesn't scratch whatsoever. Like, scratches just don't pick up on this material. I've been using it without a case for the past month, and scratches just do not stick to this display. It doesn't scratch whatsoever, which is absolutely amazing. Also, the body of the phone, it comes in one color. This color that we're looking at right here, it just comes with this space blue color, which is actually kind of sick. It looks like a marble or like some type of precious stone or something like that. But they just did a really good job with this design. You can see that camera on the back too. Looks absolutely beautiful to look at. It's got 3 camera lenses on the back, which are specific to whatever you're doing. So obviously, depending on what you're doing, you're going to use either one of those cameras. So yeah, I definitely think that this design stands out. Beautiful back, beautiful matte display. You get your side mounted fingerprint sensor right here, volume rockers above it, a punch hole cutout, which looks absolutely gorgeous. It has like that matte display, which feels like paper when you touch it. Very nice to the touch. Beautiful the screen. And there's no other phone that you can actually purchase like this right now that I know of. But you could also just put a matte screen protector on your phone, but it just has no it doesn't stand up to what this phone was designed for, which was to basically turn your smartphone into like an e-reader, or you can have the option to turn it back into a normal color display. So one of the cool things is this has expansion of your storage right here on the side with a SD card slot. You also do have a headphone jack on the bottom, which is really solid. It also features dual zone speakers, powered by DTS audio. And at the top, you're gonna have your microphone. So yeah, it's got this boxy shape to it, which stands up right here, as you can see, based off the design. It looks absolutely gorgeous, and it feels amazing when holding it. And yeah, so I definitely wanted to talk about the first thing that I really like about this device, which is the display. So let's go ahead and take a look at the display real fast. And I've actually purchased the Stylus, but you can get it online if you go to like TCL Stylus, the phone. This is actually for the 40 XE NXTPAPER, but I just ordered it and it works for the 60 XE. You could also pick up the replacement for the Stylus, the TCL Stylus, and it basically looks exactly the same, except this one has a longer clicker. Actually, they both have the same clicker, and you could feel the magnets next to each other, which is that it's exactly the same as the TCL Stylus Stylus pen. So basically, they're exactly the same. So this one actually fits in the phone, which is crazy. So they actually made a dedicated slot. The other thing about this pen is it's magnetized. So I noticed that it fits on my Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 or 7, 6 with magnetically, and it's a very strong magnet. So I kind of wish that they did that with the TCL. They didn't do that with the TCL. They it only sticks to the front, like right here. There's a magnet right at the bottom, I guess, where the charging port is. And let me show you real quick when I put that there. So it stays right there. It also does it on the back too. So it stays right on the bottom, right there on the back. But any other direction, like if you put it to the side here, it's not gonna stay. It just likes that one spot right there in the bottom. So yeah, I've been kind of using this as an accessory for actually taking notes, sketching. It's a really good stylus to use with this phone alongside it. But yeah, so the main thing I wanted to talk about is the display. So you can see right here that it feels like really smooth, especially when you're using the stylus on this, the paper-like display. So whatever you're doing, let's just pull out Kindle, for example, and let's just pull out a random book. So you can see it basically has that paper-like display. One of the things about the brightness on this phone, you can see is it's pushed up to 100% brightness. If I turn off some of the lights in here and just turn the display on and keep it on, one of the things that's really cool about this phone is that if you put the brightness all the way down, it says something like dark light mode on there. So it says dark light mode, and that's actually really cool because when it's on dark light mode, it doesn't affect your eyes whatsoever at nighttime. So it's like you're looking at and you can see I'm turning on the lights now and you can't even see the display, but at nighttime you can see it vividly, which is really cool about this phone. So it just has that feature for protecting your eyes at nighttime to prevent eye strain, and also no glare on there whatsoever, which is really solid. So I definitely like that part about it. You can see it's at 100% brightness. On Kindle, just reading books on here is an absolute joy. You can see with that dark mode on there. So it's going to be really good for your eyes and help you, you know, especially people who look at their phone a lot. You have that display that prevents eye fatigue, blue light also. So it's going to be really good for protecting your eyes in every situation possible. It has that anti-glare, no glare on here whatsoever, and then it just feels like paper. So yeah, I can emphasize about this display all day and talk good things about it. But yeah, it's really up to the consumers to catch on. But yeah, I just really been enjoying this phone because of this matte display without any glare on it. It doesn't attract light or reflections, which is crazy. I just really like that part about this phone. So that's the first thing I want to emphasize about this phone. Also, the design is absolutely amazing because it doesn't scratch at all. But yeah, just so I can demo the display so you can see what I'm talking about. If I toggle this button up on the side, which I just did, it gives you 3 options for display. So the one I'm in is the regular display, but then it gives you these 3 extra options that you can enter. So you have max ink mode, and I'm gonna hit enter. And this is basically the mode where it makes the battery last for maybe 2 days if it's at 100%. So it turns everything black and white. And you're probably like, can you turn this black? You don't need to, because if you go to settings and you go to the brightness and you put this brightness all the way like at right here, it's literally like looking at a Kindle. It's not going to affect your eyesight whatsoever. Even if the only time it would do that is if you had it on 100% brightness. And you can see now it has really good light, really good quality here in the daytime. But when you're reading books, you could just put it right there, and it looks just like those e-readers where it's not going to affect your eyesight whatsoever. So I put it on this mode when I want to save battery, and also when I'm just reading a book. It minimizes your settings, so you basically just get Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, you know, data usage, airplane brightness, and then sound that you can still customize right here. And you also have the next paper zone, and it has this setting where you can, when you toggle the switch, you can enter immediately, or you can do the mode selector, which I usually do the mode selector. And then they have this feature right here called rest your eyes. So I keep this on because after a 2-minute, it gives you a 2-minute rest period from looking at your phone, and it sends an alert to your phone letting you know that you've been using it, and it'll just kind of take over the display and like tell you to rest. You put your phone away, and so this happens every 15-minute interval. So if I'm looking at my phone for 15 minutes, I customized it so I can actually stop using it and then do something else, because like sometimes you get distracted. So let me turn up the brightness just so you can see what I'm talking about, because I actually probably turned it too dim, but I can see it perfectly. So yeah, it's right here, and you can see how bright the screen gets even at that black and white mode. So yeah, it's at the rest period of, you know, it gives you a 2-minute break. You could do 5 minutes, you can do up to an hour if you wanted to. Usually I just do 15 minutes because that's a good enough time to get off the phone and maybe do some work or something. And actually let me set this to 2 minutes. And then you get a 15-minute break. So yeah, that's actually really clutch. And you can see this mode is going to be good for reading books. So you can choose which apps you want to enter when you're in this mode. It still gives you that Kindle looking display, which is going to be amazing for reading. This is going to be a game changer for most people. It's hard to put this phone down because of this feature alone. That no other phone can offer. So it's just really hard to go back to any other phone. And then when you're done with the mode and you want to look at colored objects or like watch a video in color, you just toggle this back on, and then it changes automatically. So you can see it changes right back to the color mode, and then you could do whatever you want to do with in color. So go into YouTube and watch a video in full color with vivid details. The boy was wildin'.
From the struggle, and I could bet I'm the only king that could say this for the homies out broke bread. We split a 50 when we were still on EBT.
People are being fooled in the internet. Steph Curry made a shot on the other side of the court, and a lot of fans celebrated because they thought it went. But the truth is, in the alternate video, the shot missed. This is why. People are being fooled in the internet.
Wow, I didn't know that. I actually thought he made that shot. Oh yeah, so that's the first mode. Let me go into the second mode. This is gonna be the ink paper mode. So you basically, you had the max reader, now you have the ink paper mode, black and white ink. And basically it's similar to the E to the max ink, except this one is just black and white. And you know, you have black and white on your display. You still have full access to all your apps, but everything is black and white. And then this is what I was talking about with that 2-minute take a break. It brings you to something like a really beautiful scenery or whatever, and then it says right here, you've been using your device for 2 minutes, take a break, and then it gives you a 15-minute countdown. And this is like a overview of like a lake or something in 3D, which looks crazy to look at. This is actually a really solid video. And then you don't have to watch the whole video, but you have this counter. You basically put your phone in your pocket at this time, but if you want to exit this, you can exit this, but obviously this is going to be there, but you can always get out of it. So yeah, this is the black and white mode where everything is just black and white. And this is also going to be good for using your phone at night and good for eye strain. It removes the blue light filter. You could also put it on dark light mode, but I have to turn off the lights for that to go on. But yeah, you can see that that brightness toggle is very helpful. This display is crazy. Hard to put this phone down when you have this feature on it. So yeah, that's the second mode, which gives you full access to all the apps in black and white. The first one minimizes certain apps, and you can actually select which apps, but I have all mine selected on the max e-reader mode already, but limited app functionality. And then the third mode is like the paper mode, which basically when you click that button, it gives you like some color, but it's still dim color, so it's not going to be like fully saturated color. I think this is good for like comics, like comic strips, and like you could still see color on this, but it's not as bright and saturated. It's like a paper like ink mode, so you could still enjoy the colors on here while you're in this mode. That's definitely going to be pretty crazy. So yeah, this mode is still really good for looking at color on it, and you'll still be able to see the color on your display, but it's just going to be dimmed down, and you'll still be able to enjoy everything in full HD when it comes to, you know, looking at the display and enjoying it. So yeah, definitely like this mode a lot. So yeah, I just wanted to go through all the modes for this phone when it comes to the display. And then yeah, that's basically the 3 modes that I want to talk about. You click the button and it goes right back to your color display, your standard mode right here. So then you get full saturation of all the colors, but it just helps with eye fatigue, people who have eye fatigue problems. I also use this app called Twilight at nighttime, which makes it like the red filter. A lot of people don't know about this, but the red completely removes the blue light when you're looking at your phone at nighttime, and this is going to prevent you from staying up at night. It actually prepares you for sleep with the red light. So I always turn that on right before bed, before I'm about to go to sleep. So I always use that app when I'm looking at any phone. If you wanted to have the option on any phone, just download Twilight and it'll actually give you that red filter to help you with eye strain as well. So yeah, they give you sunset to sunrise, and you can basically use that feature alongside of the other features on the TCL 60 XE. Now, another thing I really like about this phone is the fact that it has really good features. So it has this pull-out bar, which has all your AI features built right in. Writing assist is crazy. So it has event plan, email, outline, work summary. Let's do work summary. And then you can say plan an event for, I don't know, donating to the poor. And then it'll help you actually like outline, make an outline of that with the writing assist feature. So right here it says, work summary template, work content planned, an event focused on collecting donations for the poor, determine the objective targets, coordinated with, relevant departments, selected revenue, development, materials, outreach, it just does that all for you. It makes you suggestions. You could do that with emails, invitations, this one, notifications, notify coworker to enroll in benefits or something like that, and then boom, it's gonna send out. So it did the take a break thing that I was telling you about. So let me see if I could get back to that. Remind co-workers to enroll in health benefits. And then this is just going to help you with your writing. And so yeah, it makes a quick draft of a letter on your phone. So you could do that with all types of stuff here. You could see all the different templates: email, event plan, outline, work summary, invitation, and meeting reminders or notification. So that's really solid. And then you have your smart voice memo. This is going to basically, once you hit that, it starts to record your voice, and you hit stop, and then it saves it inside of the smart voice memo app on the phone. This device also does have radio on it, but you actually have to have a headset installed. So smart voice audio right here, and then here's my audio. This is going to basically, once you hit that, it starts to record your voice. And the cool thing is it actually has a translation feature. It also has a summary feature. This is gonna basically, and the audio is too short. Record your voice. So it basically records your voice very well. The microphones pick up your voice really good, as you heard just now. You also have real-time subtitles, so whatever's playing on your display, it'll come up in words. You can also write a note. So this is with Google Keep. It'll just bring up Google Keep. You also have e-signature, and yeah, with the Stylus that I was telling you about earlier, it makes it easier. So I could just do my signature, and you can see how well the Stylus actually writes on here. Then you can basically save it, and it's basically going to be saved away in your notes. So that's going to be a solid feature to have as well, e-signature. So that's something that they threw on there with the AI features. I think it's a smart feature. GIF maker, magnifier, screen recorder, and then you have certain apps that you can add here. So I have YouTube, Waze, WhatsApp, Google Photos, and Spotify and Messages, and then this note-taking app which I have right here, which allows me to read through PDFs, books, and basically highlight different things on the screen that I'm looking at, and it gives me the highlighter tool. So if I see something that I really like, I could go ahead and highlight it just like that. So it's really useful when using ebooks and stuff like that. So yeah, that's definitely going to be a solid feature as well. those AI features that come on board. Then the last one is the Smart Translate. It has dialogue mode, so the screen will actually, if you click this button, it faces the other person and they can press Espanol or whatever language, and you could choose between all these languages actually right here, which is really solid. And so yeah, you could download them: Japan, English, German, Korean, Portuguese, Turkish, Mexican, and more. And what's really cool is I could say something in English and then have them hear it.
Toque o mantenga pulsado el botón para iniciar la conversación.
And you could, if they could hear what you're saying, which is crazy, through the phone's AI, I use that feature all the time at work with my mechanic, because he only speaks Spanish mostly, and it's really solid. And you could choose up to 15 options on this quick thing right here. The other thing is you also have pop-up window on this phone, so you could do floating window, which is crazy. So it allows you to do floating apps on the screen, and you can maximize them with the corner right here. You can maximize it, make it bigger or smaller. You could also flip it, so you can fold it, make it into a small app. Certain ones you can flip and rotate. This one doesn't let you do that, but let me go back. So let's say I'm using Instagram. You flip it up, tap that. You could let me move this down, floating window. The other one disappears, and then it allows you to fold it or choose apps, a different app that you can use in the small window. So you can only do one at one time, but I think that's still pretty cool that they allow you to do that. And then when you're ready to close it, you just hit the back key. So that's really, really solid. I definitely think this is going to be a game changer for a lot of people. So that's another thing that I really love about using this phone when it comes to the features and stuff like that. Another thing that I really like is this thing does have performance mode. So if I go into Smart Manager and I go into battery, you have this option right here called performance mode. So when you're in performance mode, it basically may cause your phone to heat up, but when you're gaming, you want to turn that on because it's going to make everything so much smoother. And you also do have power savings mode, equilibrium mode, and super savings mode, as well as power consumption details. I slightly did charge it today a little bit, so it went up to 50%, but the battery lasts a really long time, and I noticed the screen on time I've been getting is actually really good with this device, so I haven't had any issues whatsoever. And you also have this option where you can optimize it using this Smart Manager, and that's going to allow you to control everything in the background and clean up memory and things of that nature. So this is going to be a helpful option too. And you have that one key touch on I have this right here, just the shortcut key on the front, where it can do that like automatically. And you can see the in color version of the Take a Break. This looks absolutely crazy, and it gives you like a different scene every time, which is awesome, with music. It's kind of relaxing too. Like I would just let this run while I'm doing something else, and yeah, it's gonna help you to focus and not be so absorbed in your phone every day, like when it comes to just aimlessly scrolling through it. So these are all really cool features about this phone. The last feature is gonna be this thing that also does have a 120 hertz display that I didn't mention yet. So yeah, you can get into that. You have the 60 hertz and you have the smart refresh as well. You have your smart bar, and it says Dotch I'm not sure what Dotch is, but you can see right here, it's the notch basically. And so you have 3 different options there, but I like it how it is. Smart resolution will intelligently adjust your screen resolution to save power, so you have that on the display, as well as high brightness mode to increase readability under sunlight, which I always keep on. You also have the ability to customize the color temperature on this as well, and you can also turn on reading mode as well as eye comfort mode as well. So it helps you change the color temperature to whatever your preference is. Just a lot of cool features on here. And then obviously you know, you can just play around with the advanced features like quick gestures, lift to wake, screenshot, power key shortcut, the TCL options here, and then the screen recorder and the sidebar as well, which is cool too. So yeah, this thing just comes packed with so many features. It has 8 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of internal storage with expansion, AI integration, as well as a really large battery, and the DTS audio, which is nice when it comes to listening to the stereo speakers on here, which make it a really loud phone to use when you're, you know, getting through the day and listening to stuff, podcasts, phone calls, music, and entertainment. But I hope you guys did find this video helpful. I'm trying to see if I missed anything. Yeah, that's everything that I did wanted to talk and mention about on this video. But yeah, obviously with the paper like display, you'll be able to get a lot of things done on your smartphone and shift it to whatever color that you see fit. Right now I'm going to do the color paper mode. This is good because it makes it feel like you're looking at paper while reading a comic, or maybe just looking through an article. You'll still be able to get the color, but it'll look like paper color. And so yeah, this is just really solid. I definitely like this phone a lot. I highly would recommend it, especially for the price of $199 with the 128 model. If it goes on sale, you could probably get it for even cheaper. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the TCL 60 XE NXTPAPER in the comment section down below. And if you're still here, just type down in the comment section, I'm still here, so I know you're still kicking it with me. And I just want to remind you to hit the like button so we can get this video out to more people and help beat the YouTube algorithm. I'm gonna hit you back. I'll check you guys later. I'll hit you back later, crew. Namaste.